Let's take a moment to consider the scene in John chapter 21, where Jesus meets his disciples by the Sea of Tiberias. This passage is one of hope, restoration, and calling. After a long night of fishing and catching nothing, the disciples encounter Jesus. Though at first, they don't realize it's him. He calls out to them from the shore, "Friends, have you caught any fish?" When they admit they haven't, he instructs them to cast their net on the right side of the boat. Suddenly, their net is overflowing with fish, 153 large ones, to be exact. This miracle opens their eyes, and John whispers to Peter, "It's the Lord." Immediately, Peter, in his impulsive love, jumps into the water to reach Jesus. This scene isn't just about a miraculous catch. It's about Jesus restoring and recommissioning Peter. Remember, Peter had denied Jesus 3 times, leaving him broken and disillusioned. He must have wondered if he had any place left in Jesus' plan. But Jesus, in his gentle and direct way, addresses Peter's failure, not to condemn him but to restore him. 3 times Jesus asks, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" Each time Peter answers, "Yes, Lord. You know that I love you," and Jesus responds with a call, "Feed my lambs. Take care of my sheep. Feed my sheep." Jesus wasn't merely asking Peter to affirm his love. He was inviting Peter to step back into his calling, to be the shepherd he was meant to be. Peter's denials had been public, and now his restoration was just as public. Jesus didn't shy away from Peter's failure, instead, he used it as a foundation for Peter's future ministry. That's the beauty of God's grace. He meets us in our brokenness, not to leave us there, but to redeem and transform us. Many of us, like Peter, carry the weight of past failures. Maybe you felt disqualified from God's purpose because of a mistake, a season of doubt, or a sense of inadequacy. But the message of this passage is clear: Jesus doesn't give up on us. He sees beyond our failures to the person he's shaping us to become. When Jesus looks at you, he sees the person he created you to be. He calls you not because you're perfect, but because his grace is sufficient, and his power is made perfect in weakness. Notice, too, that Jesus doesn't promise Peter an easy road. He tells Peter that following him will eventually cost him his life. Yet, even in that hard truth, there's glory. Peter's life would glorify God. And when Peter, ever curious, asks about John's fate, Jesus redirects him, saying, "What is that to you? You must follow me." Jesus' call is personal. It's not about comparison or competition. It's about faithfully walking the path he's laid out for you. This morning, Jesus stands on the shore of our lives, calling out to us. He sees our empty nets, our long nights of struggle, our moments of despair. But he doesn't leave us there. He invites us to trust him, to cast our nets on the right side, to take a step of obedience even when it doesn't make sense. And when we respond, he fills our lives with abundance, not just in blessings, but in purpose and calling. So, if you're feeling like Peter today, discouraged or unsure of your place in God's plan, take heart. Jesus is here, asking you the same question. Do you love me? And with that love comes the invitation to step into the life he's prepared for you. Your past doesn't define you, his grace does. And just as he restored Peter, he's ready to restore you. Let's respond to his call with a heart full of love, and a life ready to follow wherever he leads. Amen.